divorced Chinese aunties by the thousands are marrying Trump-supporting white men. Yeah, there are thousands of Elaine Chows running around all over the country. And the archetype is like this. The woman has had a really bad marriage to a Chinese man. It either ended back in China or when she immigrated here. Like she said, he was abusive, controlling. She maybe had 1 or 2 kids by him. He either died or she divorced him. And then she swears off Asian men always and forever. She's like, I'm never fucking with an Asian guy again. I'm like, okay, go off, queen. There's like 2 billion Asian men. You just only knew one. Crazy generalization to make. And instead of dating literally any other race of people or even a liberal white man, they go for Trump supporters. I don't know how, I don't know why, but my mom has like 5 friends who did this. My mom herself has alluded to doing this. Like if she were to leave my dad, she would marry a white guy. And on the surface, these white guys look a lot better because they are often divorced themselves. So they've had like one go around of manipulating and belittling and abusing a woman. So they've learned to hide it. And they probably also have Asian fetish, but since these women grew up in China, they didn't grow up with the knowledge of how bad that feels. So they don't really know what they're getting into. And they don't speak English very well. Obviously, the Trump supporting guys don't speak Chinese. I mean, they hate all immigrants. Why would they learn our language? And so they just wind up in this marriage where they can't really fight because they can't communicate. And they just have sex with each other, I guess, and everything is fine. She's usually getting like a green card or something out of it. And he gets a docile Asian wife who literally can't do anything against him because then she will have to leave the country. Win-win. Great. But like nobody's talking about how these men just hate women in general. And when you're stuck in a foreign country with no way to make your own money and no way to stay in that country without your white husband who literally hates your people and you don't know anybody except for all the other Chinese aunties on WeChat, like what are you going to do if he starts controlling you, hitting you, taking away your money? Where are you going to go? Why do you hate yourself so much that you would subject yourself to this at like age 40, 50 plus? Often to a man who looks that much older than you, even if he isn't. Because we know how they age. We know how they age. We know how we age. It's different. And it's like, I feel like I have some sort of responsibility to these women just because they share my language and my ethnicity. But they're not stupid. They know what they're getting into. They know what they've been saying about Asian men this entire time. And that doesn't fly with me. They don't even listen to their children when they go and do these things. I don't know. Go ahead.
So basically, this woman is a racist. And obviously, we can tell that she's a liberal. And this is a video that's been going viral on different platforms. And so obviously you guys sent it to me to react to. And so because she is a flaming liberal, I'm assuming that she's here in the United States of America. She's questioning why older women, older Chinese women or Asian women, when they get divorced and they no longer are interested in talking to Chinese men, why they are interested in white men. It's not okay for you to have preferences, and it certainly isn't okay for you to get with a Republican. What she's going to learn at some point in life, hopefully, if you get wise, is that it's okay for people to have preferences. And it's also important for you to not group everybody into one category because nobody is a monolith, right? Meaning that there are plenty of white guys, black guys, Asian guys, Hispanic guys who are conservative, may vote Republican, but they don't beat their wives or they don't beat the people that surround them, right? Just because you're conservative does not mean that you're limiting the movement of other people. She said that, they may get a green card out of it. Like, that's not a big deal, right? Like, people can't meet and integrate with each other and then find love or a common interest or balance in what they're trying to achieve because everything is transactional, but at the same time, some of those transactions can be exchanges, strengths for weaknesses. That it's okay for you to like whatever it is that you want to like, because the common misconception and the narrative that's put out there is that if you are a Trump supporter, then you are racist towards other people, when honestly, it's the other way around. If you are liberal, you are much more likely to be hateful towards other people that don't share your ideology. And you are definitely going to be one of those people that believe in, sharing of thoughts only if it agrees with you. And so what I'm starting to see from liberals that have been indoctrinated by either our universities or the culture here in the Western America is that they believe that they are right no matter what. And they also believe that other people are stupid that don't think like them, especially obviously in this point, older women that wind up getting with white men, and they shouldn't have this preference towards white men, and they shouldn't have an interest in no longer talking to Chinese men if they've had a bad experience and they can't switch their preferences and do what they want to do when they want to do it. This is very problematic. And one of the reasons that it's problematic is because A, she's putting everybody in a box. And then B, she's clearly biased herself against anybody that is conservative. But if you are a white man in America, the question that I would ask myself is why would any woman, why would any Chinese woman, why would any white woman, why would any black woman want to be with a liberal male? That is literally one of the definitions of a beta male. Now, some guys vote Democrat and they may even identify themselves as liberal, and they don't even realize that they act conservative in the ways in which they move with their money, the ways in which they go to church, all of the things that they celebrate, that they have conservative values and views. But so many of us have been taught since an early age that we vote this way no matter what because of our ethnicity, because of our alignment with our family, because of this revised history that then painted certain things a certain way. But Republicans are not looking to limit anybody from doing what they want to do. They just don't want to be told to do it based off of the fact that you think is best. They don't want people in other people's bathrooms based off of gender, right? And there are some basic principles there, but they're not against gay people. They're not against anybody. They may not necessarily share those same beliefs for themselves, but they believe in the Constitution and the freedom for people to do what they want to do as long as it's legal. Let's continue.
Aunties are not my problem. For most Asian American women, marriage to white men is considered highly advantageous, and our families really encourage it. It's not like the struggle interracial love that our parents oppose because they want us to have Asian husbands. Absolutely not, no. It might have been that way like decades ago, and some communities discourage it more than others. I think Koreans really prioritize marrying other Koreans. That's at least what my ex-boyfriend told me. But at least in China and for Chinese Americans, which is what I am, getting a white husband is a flex. It is something that you show off to your entire family. You talk about how your kids are going to have blonde hair and blue eyes, even though they're not. Your whole family is going to be so excited that you got an American husband. Yes, even if you are Asian American, they will call only white people American. That is a thing. They always view it as a step up in life. Even if your white man is broke, even if he treats you badly in front of everybody, they'll just say, why aren't you working hard enough for his acceptance? If you do more, then he will really accept you, and he won't cheat on you with a younger Asian woman. Absolutely not. And I know this view is so prevalent because a lot of divorced older Chinese aunties will swear off Asian men and only go for white men, specifically Trump supporters. There's also this idea in our community that Asian men are a lot more misogynistic than white men, which is absolute bullshit. Misogyny just looks different, and if you are raised culturally Chinese, you will not be as attuned to the way that misogyny shows up in Western society and how it will show up in your marriage to a white man. So TLDR, we are highly encouraged to do this.
So basically, she's the spokesperson for all the billions of Asian women that is interested in white men. And I don't really care either way because there's 8.5, 9 billion people on this earth. And so I think that people should do what they want to do when they want to do it, as long as, again, that they're not breaking any laws or egregiously, pushing the narrative towards changing the law to favor them when it's not, conducive for other people's lives. I think that people should really just rock out with those that they want to rock out with. If an Asian woman want to get with a white man, what do I care? And I'm a black guy because I just so happen to have a black wife and I prefer black women. And so that's my preference. But if a black guy decides that he want to get with an Asian woman, and he's conservative, I'm curious, would you also look at that as a problem? Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. T-Chanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm always linking back to the content creator to give credit. I love y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.